Hey guys, Mad Science here, and today I'm back with Bailey for another episode of Anime vs. Reality. And today we're going to be continuing on with Higurashi. Oh, hold on.
Continuing or starting?
Hold on. What? Are we really on Higurashi? Okay. Okay, apparently we're on Higurashi Kai. So, we're on Higurashi Kai, not Higurashi. What's been going on, Bailey?
I don't know.
You been doing stuff without me?
Yeah, I've just been, when the anime is so confusing, I sometimes get the titles mixed up.
Like, have you been talking to other people as well, or something?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I have many social circles and triangles, squares and X's, all the shapes.
What about dodecahedron?
The what?
Dodecahedron.
What's that?
Dodecahedron is like, I think that's the 20-sided die or something.
Ah, okay.
Anyways, we're going to be continuing with, we're going to be going into Higurashi Kai for some reason, because I feel like we've missed a lot. Well, at least I have missed a lot. Anyway, you want to start us off, Bailey?
Sure thing. Like a scene from a noir film, Rika sits on the windowsill, monologuing to herself as she stares at the great cheese wheel in the sky.
You spelled the wrong stairs.
Yeah, I know. I spelled that wrong.
I'm like, I just looked at it like, hold on a moment, that says stairs,
put an
not
I.
stairs.
Yeah, I got that one wrong. Anyways, because I was in a rush to get him out. So she's staring at the great big cheese wheel in the sky and is saying, a world repeated, struggling against fate. She is not the only one who knows this, as Kechi remembers events happening from another town. Rika wakes up.
Well, she says another Hinamizawa.
Yeah, but I didn't know, like, what your rules were, So that's why I put town. Rena wakes
feel
up.
Like the cat's out of the bag on the sort of time. Like the timeline stuff.
Yeah. So Rena wakes up thinking that Rika is talking to someone.
Not Rena. That's
Satoko. Satoko wakes up thinking that Rena is talking to someone, but she explains she's just talking to herself. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, never a good sign whenever you're talking to yourself. Yeah, but in the morning, Satoko, not Rena.
Satoko, injects herself with a daily dose of sunshine and lollipops to get through the day.
Well, it's like a nutrient experimentation.
Vitamin D, basically.
Yeah. Don't you dare make that joke, Bailey.
Yeah. Vitamin D for delicious.
Oh, that's fine. That's a good joke. Yeah, but she doesn't like having to do it. And Rika's like, I would do it if you didn't have to. And on the way to the class, like, the two of them run into Chair, like their teacher.
It's so weird at my work. One of the things that we make is called chair. Like these little plastic container things, and we fill some stuff in them. But anyway, go on.
But yeah, like the two of them, like their teacher thinks that they're running to the classroom to do chores, and she's like, they're good little angels. And then it cuts to Kechi getting to the class and the pot paint falling on his head. I don't think it's like an actual pot. It's like a bedpan sort of pot.
Yeah, like one of those ones, where if you remember in what was that old anime called? Like the zombie girlfriend. Remember the old man, the grandpa was sitting in one of those. Yeah, the grandpa was sitting in one of those when he was having a bath.
Yeah. But yeah, Sadako was the one that planted that trap. And like he gets hit on the head with the pot bedpan of water basically. And the two of them engage in a fierce battle around the classroom. And she like breaks it up. But like the reason why Kechi tries to sneak attack, it wasn't really a sneak attack, it was Satoko was running away, and it's like because she's getting away with it. And
yeah, but then she just left. She had her back turned because she was cocky, and Kechi threw it, but ends up hitting the teacher. Yeah. Like, who did it? What?
I love how everyone in that scene is just like, he did it.
Yeah, I'd tell you, I'd like to see her try and sneak up on Satomoto.
I don't think she could.
Yeah, damn right she couldn't. I mean, this guy can have his own name censored in the anime.
Anyways, after... Well, that wasn't a lunch break. That was a gym class. They had gym class. Their break was the gym class. Was after gym class.
Okay.
So for their break, they decided to play a game of zombie tag. It's basically normal tag, except if you get tagged, you're also it.
Yeah. And Ketcher uses cake and mathematics to confuse Satoko.
It was like,
like 1/5 of a cake,
1/6 and 1/7 of a cake on the plates.
And it reminds me of there's this scene in Dragon Ball where Goku's versing this guy called Chaozu.
Yeah.
And he uses his hands for telekinesis, and and he's got a focus, and the guy Krillin's like, "What's 5 + 3?" And he's like, "Oh," and he looks at his hands, and he's using his fingers to count. So he gets distracted like that, and then Goku's able to win.
It's just, what's 9 + 10? 19. No, it's 21.
That's not right.
That's not right. Hold on, let me count. But yeah. Yeah, Satoko figures out she's being tricked. And so she just starts booking it after Kenshi. And like Kenshi manages to get behind a billion. Tomita and Okamura ran him out. Like, how dirty! It's like, I love like Kenshi's like, how dirty using other people for information when it's like, it's basically like combat.
Yeah.
In the rules of combat, getting any information is not an illegal move.
Yeah, that's how you win. That's how battles are won.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like we get like a nice shot of like the two of them running around like the school at like really high speeds. And Kenshi like stops and is like talks to 3 girls and is like, "Can you please tell Satoko that the teacher's looking for them at the school fence?"
Oh yeah.
And then like Kenshi's like gonna go wait in a go hide out in a storage shed. And like Mion, I think it was also Satoko sort of planned this to try and lure him out by saying he does inappropriate things to girls. And of course, thanks to like, it was Renna.
Yeah, because he's like goes
she sees
to
him through the
Rika.
glass.
You're not a zombie, and it's like, don't worry, I'll bite you gently. Ah! Can't you help me? There he is. And then they got this weird, like, portal to another universe when they're trying to open the shed. Can't you? Come on now. And then you see, like, Mion or Shion's head just pop in.
Yeah. And, like, before anyone, like, so, like, Ren is the last one to be chased. So he's, like, going for it. But just before Kechi tags her, Ren uses her anti-pubescent boy hardening magic. To stop it. He, like, stares there for a moment, and then he's, like, holding his crotch.
It's funny because before the bell rings saying class is over, you hear the bell go off on his pants, like, ding.
But it's just funny because he basically got a B word.
It's like that meme in Family Guy where Peter wants to join the jousting guys, and they meet the Black Knight and they meet his wife. You hear the armor just going ding 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 ding.
No, isn't that a Shining reference?
No. It was in Family Guy.
No, I mean those bell sounds.
No, because it was the anti-pubescent man hardening magic that was hidden, like, because they're wearing the armor, and it was hidden towards the end of the armor, making like a.
Oh.
You see it happening to the row of guys.
But yeah.
Alright, so it turns out, so the bell shortly rings.
Yeah, Ren basically survived.
Yeah, so Ren is not only the winner, but also Mion and Shion, who were faking being zombies. And so the losers, which were
a pretty smart strategy. Like, pretending to be a zombie is a pretty good strategy.
Yeah. And the losers, which were Kechi, Rika, and Satoshi, have to wear embarrassing outfits.
Oh, yeah.
Kechi's wearing a swan outfit.
He's
and
like
Rika and
Swan
Satoshi, Rika and Satoshi are wearing maid outfits, but I don't get why Rika is sucking on a G-damn pacifier.
Goddamn pacifier!
Unless it's one of those ring lollies, you know?
I thought Satoko
Yeah?
would be the one with that, considering it's pink.
Yeah. Maybe Rika just loves candy. Now, speaking of the swan, the swan outfit that Kechi is wearing,
Yeah.
Did you know that all the swans belong to the Queen of England, who has passed away? They did belong to her.
Oh.
Yeah, and if you tried
in England.
Yeah, and if you tried to keep one, it's illegal.
But she's dead now.
Yeah, I know. I just find that weird. It's like, why does she get all the swans?
The swan.
But anyways, I forget who it was. Before they run to Tom and Mio,
so
there's this other guy.
Yeah,
there's this other guy that shows up and he's like, such cute maid outfits. I'm a crow.
Ire.
No!
Ire.
Alright.
Dr. Ire.
Alright, it's here. Alright, so Tom and Mio, so after that, Tom and Mio show up and they're investigating the mysterious and successive deaths that happen every year. Satoko's parents and Rika's fathers were victim of it, and Rika's mother followed shortly after, so yeah. I believe she unalived herself.
No, what I think might have happened is, like, Rika's mother killed her husband, then herself.
I think Rika's father died first, and then the mother unalived herself.
Well, in one version, I feel like in one version I do remember seeing what happened to him. Like, something did happen to him.
At home, Satoko and Rika are hanging, chillaxing, and Satoko
says, it's just like...
yeah, and Satoko says a line of dialogue that Kechi mentions from another town, shocking Rika.
We know that this town is another Namizawa.
Yeah. And so Rika asks Satoko if she remembered where she heard it, but Satoko doesn't understand what she means.
It's like, what? I came up with it myself.
that's the end of episode. Is it
1.
1? All right.
Episode
In
2,
episode
and we wake up with Rika waking up.
titled "Powerless."
And like Sadako is doing some cooking. And Rika, like, I think this is like the first time we officially have like proper like dates in the show. Because like at the start we did have like a date, but then it was like the rest of it's just like screw the dates, you know?
Yeah.
But this time around we're getting dates. We're getting what day it is.
Which means the day before was Friday, June 10th.
And it's supposed to be 1983, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check calendar actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna confirm.
So Satoko sees a gloomy look on Rika's face and asks if she's alright, but Rika brushes her off when asked what's wrong. But we all know what's wrong. At the festival, the gang runs into Detective Oishi. He is there to investigate the mysterious murders that happen every year during the festival, yada yada yada, because we
By
know.
the way,
we know.
can I just say something here?
Yeah?
They actually have the right day. This anime has the right date.
That's good.
Holy jeez.
You want to hear a funny date?
What?
Have you ever heard of who Andrew Tate is?
Oh my gosh.
No, here's what's funny. He was released he got out of prison on the same date and month the first Matrix movie came out.
Oh.
And he was and that's his message to people, you got to get out of the Matrix. And he was saying that long before he went to prison, so I just find that, like, what?
Ironic.
I wouldn't say ironic, it's kind of freaky.
I forgot to mention some birthdays at the start of the episode. I just checked the calendar again just to see them.
Oh,
like, 2 days from when we're recording this, remember the 2 twins from Lucky Star?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be their birthday.
Oh. Muffled talk.
And also, on the 10th of July, a bit later after recording this, it'll be Mion and Shion's birthday.
Alright. But who was born first?
I don't know which one was... I don't know who was born first. In
Okay.
both situations.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, wait. I think the one with the shorter hair was born second in terms of...
Yeah, I think I think Mion was born first and Shion.
Yeah. They make a big point about that.
Mm.
Anyways, let's get back to the episode. I got a bit distracted myself, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sadako sees a bit of gloom on Rika's face. But Rika is just like, what's wrong? But I'm pretty sure we all know what's up.
You and your drugs, everything's fine.
Just keep taking your drugs, Satoko. You're seeing things.
You need to stop getting high on life.
Anyway, so
Life is so fun.
when they get to the festival, we got all the...
That's a good analogy for this, though.
What?
It's literally like this show, like Rika is her life in this is like literally like a person taking narcotics. You get that good high, but then you eventually come down because you know it's not going to last.
I mean, if you really want to go that route.
Yeah, I mean, come on, because she knows knows what's happening.
But yeah, so at the festival, a group of 6 this time around, because Shion transferred to the same school Satoko is at. That's why she was there earlier. They run into Detective Oishi, and he's there to investigate the murders, just like Tomitake and Mio. And Sadako asks what's wrong, and the twins say they're talking about the Watanagashi dance, which Ketchi is interested in as he's looking forward to seeing Rika's dance. And really can't help but imagine how cute Rika will look in a Shrine Maiden outfit. It's like... She always is like that, though.
And she picks her up, remember? And she's spinning her around.
Yeah. But it's... Like, Ketchi's like, stop your howling.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the next day rolls around and the gang is playing some baseball against another school team. And they are losing pretty bad. And for some reason, this school was allowed to bring in a national level pitcher. So,
yeah, that's what they say he was. And I was like, this is a
BS.
professional player you got.
It's like they brought in the pitcher to make their team look good, basically. It's like...
Yeah, and I don't know if there were photographers and... I think they were journalists, not photographers and reporters.
Well, there were people there
journalists.
watching the game as well. So, Sadako decides, I'm going to call Keiichi at, like, phone booth. And he shows up with a golf club.
It reminds me of that scene in Happy Gilmore towards the end, where instead of a golf club, he uses a hockey stick.
Yeah.
With the ball.
I mean, is that legal or not?
I didn't even... No, it's not legal. Because that would... If he's a high-class pitcher and he's throwing the ball that hard and Ketchi is swinging the club, even if it hits, it's going to bend the golf club back a little.
But yeah. So when Keiichi shows up at the golf club, it's like... It's even more embarrassing because of, like, Satoko pumped him up as some unknown underdog of baseball. And he shows up with a golf club.
Yeah, and the guy's like, who is this guy? What?
They're all... Yeah, all the players are staring at him like, what the hell is wrong with you, mate?
Yeah, it's like, it reminded me of there's this scene in Dragon Ball Z. Gohan doesn't know anything about baseball, and so he's trying to play it cool, and when he's out to catch the ball, he jumps like 20 feet in the air and catches it.
Yeah.
And it slowly descends. It's like, you're out. And the next time the guy throws the ball at him, it just hits him in the head, and he doesn't flinch. He's like, oh, that means I run to first base, right? It's like, yeah, cool. They was like, what? That was like 20 miles was how fast the ball was going. Alright, so where were we? So
anyway,
miraculously, Ketchi is able to win with the power of perversion.
Well, he strikes out in the first...
Now, he gets striked out because he can't hit the ball, and what happens is he goes to the guy, like, I don't know, for some reason he punches him. He's like, you pig down desserts or whatever, and he's kind of like a pervert. And he goes,
he eats desserts like they're like girls that are like... It's like girls that are like very
attractive,
inappropriate nature.
Yeah, and so he goes, here you go, exactly all you can eat coupons to Angel Mort, and they're yours if you agree to lose.
What do I call you? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, he's like, who are you, wise man?
You could just call me K. It's like, was that like a Death Note joke or something?
I have no idea.
Because like, because of L.
I just lied. All I know about that is I love L's laugh.
But I feel like just going by his first letter was a bit of a joke on Death Note, because like you had L, you had Mello who went by M, and Nia who went by N as well.
Okay.
So yeah, after the game is finished and won, so Satoko and Rika go home, and Satoko is bragging, saying that he won the game because of her and like her planning and stuff like that. I'm sorry. Very gassy.
Like I don't think she knew about Kechi and his offer.
No, I think no, she knew, because
Did she?
she got the information from I think it was Shion. It was either no, it was Shion, because Shion works at Angel Mort.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like when there was like that card that flashes up, it was like the picture of Shion and like the two things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like because of like she knew from Shion that the guy liked sweets and not meat. His favorite food is sweets. So yeah, like Rika's just focusing on chopping, but she also sort of blanks while chopping. Never a good idea to blank while making food at all. And she cuts her thumb. And like, so
Oh
comes over
no,
and
there's blood everywhere.
I've ruined all the food. No! Anyways, getting past that and dinner, Sadako wakes up to hear Rika monologuing to herself. Just when I think I'm free, I get betrayed. Don't give up hope. Rika assures her that everything is fine and tells her to go back to sleep. It's like, it's clear Rika is talking to someone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, with everything that's being
Like,
said.
or maybe she's just monologuing to herself, you know?
You sly dog! You caught me monologuing!
Yeah, maybe it's a 4-4 break and she's talking to us.
Mate, did you get my reference?
I didn't hear it, what was it?
You sly dog! You caught me monologuing!
Oh, that was that was a parody, wasn't it? A bridge series?
No, that's actually a line from The Incredibles.
Oh,
Yeah, The
no,
Incredibles.
yeah, I remember that was it. Syndrome.
Yeah!
No, but it's you sly dog, you got me monologuing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because that's why.
My bad.
Because he gets him monologuing so he can reach a tree to throw at him. He's like, you sly dog, you got me monologuing. I can't believe I fell for that.
But you knew what I meant.
Yeah.
Close enough, right?
Yeah, what? Yeah, close enough.
Anyway, moving on to the next day. Satoko tries to ask Rika about what happened, but Rika's like, what happened? Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
But that silly Billy, she's so high on life.
Yeah. So yeah, at school, like, the gang is playing Survive the Kick Can. What? Oh.
That's what they call it.
Actually, I think I've heard of that game before. There was a movie that was about, that had one of the, oh, I remember it was like, it was like something to God's will or something like that. Like one of the games, it was like one of those death game movies from Japan. And one of them was like kicking the can. And like, so what the main character does is like he puts on like all this metal to kick the can. And because it's like they said there was like a bomb in it or something, but it turns out there wasn't. No, Keiji like runs straight to where the pitfalls are, thinking that they're the safe zones. Like,
Oh
honestly,
yeah.
if you really think about it, how hard would it be to do that? Like, how hard would it be to make the safe, like, the safe areas look like the fake area, like the unsafe areas, and the safe areas look like the unsafe areas. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Like,
have
it'd be
no
pretty hard to
idea.
do that. But yeah, so Kechi falls into mud, and then Rika does as well, which everyone finds odd, because like Rika's like really smart, actually surprisingly. And after the game, Setsuko tells the gang about what she heard Rika saying the other night, so the stuff about her dying and stuff like that. And Rika is practically considered the reincarnation of Oyashiro, which would make sense for her to be killed. Wait, did they actually mention that? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I'm sure they did.
I don't remember that. Anyway, so yeah, Rika enters the class and the others ask her, like, and Rika's just like, what? No way. Nah, Satsuko, you drugs and you... You're drugs and you...
Getting too high on life.
You're getting high on life. Anyway, the episode ends with Rika once again monologuing to herself. And there's nothing that she can do about her fate. If she tries to tell someone, then that person will die. So Rika just decides to give up and accept it.
Yeah. Episode 3, pre-established harmony.
Mm-hmm. So our episode opens with Mion shoving her cotton candy in Ketchu's mouth, like, that's not appropriate at all.
I want you bigger. I want you fatter. It will please me.
But why does she do that? Because he's late. And you know how you are when you're late. You get your face shoved with cotton candy. So yeah,
Well,
Rika's,
that's the prize I'm gonna. If I'm late for something, then that's the consolation prize, or the punishment. I'll be arriving late every day.
Getting shoved in there. if you shove it up in there, he's gonna have cotton candy going out of his nose.
Yeah.
It's like, but yeah, so Rika's in her Shrine Maiden outfit, and the woman is cutting the threads of the stick thingy that Rika is holding. So, I don't know why they'd be cutting the threads.
Yeah, I don't know, and that's like Rika. She doesn't know it either. It's like, Dios mío, that never happened before.
It might be just her mind playing tricks on her. Poor kid. He also lost the takoyaki eating contest, which is octopus balls.
Yeah.
It's like, are you sure you want me to say this sentence, or do you want to say it?
Oh, you can say it. I know how much you want to.
These women are pigs and cheaters, as they were picking the takoyaki that was cool, while Kechi was picking the ones that were hot. He loses 2 other contests with just snow cones and cotton candy. Probably because he already had 2 sticks of cotton candy shoved in his mouth earlier. Huh. You want to read the factoid that you have here?
Yeah, did you know that raccoons before they eat their food, they wash their food to wipe out the extra dirt and add moisture to it, to soften it up.
Yeah.
But if you give a raccoon cotton candy, it will never be able to eat it, as cotton candy melts in water.
That's cruel.
saw that in the video, and this raccoon was trying to eat this cotton candy, and as it dissolves, it's like, what? And it's putting its hands at the bottom of the water bowl. It's like trying to find somewhere to go. Then it gets another part, and then it dissolves. It's like, what?
What is going on? This is magic.
This is blasphemy. This is madness.
This is cotton candy.
It's night time, and Kechi admits defeat to the women. Before they can issue his punishment, he sees Rika making her way to the stage and points her out. Satoko notices a sad expression on her face. Why, Rika? Why are you sad? They watch Rika's performance, where she quickly runs off to the woods once it's finished. You know what they say, if you go out in the woods today, you better be prepared. She finds Tom and asks if he went into the shrine. He tries to lie, but Rika's like, nah, mate, I've done all this before, I know you've gone, and now, you're gonna die. You and Takano, you're gonna die, and Tom's like,
yeah.
Silly little orphan girl.
Silly
There's
little
no way
girl,
that's
you
gonna
know we're not
happen.
gonna die.
And he walks off, and then Rika's left crying alone, who, unbeknownst to her, is being watched by Satoko, who heard everything. But the night, well, I don't know why autocorrect put that as a K, ends with Tomu ripping his throat out.
He's just like...
The next day, the gang is talking about what happened to Tom and Takano. Oishi shows up and questions Rika, saying an eyewitness saw her talking to Tom and wishes to remain anonymous.
We know who it is, though.
Yeah, Rika blows his mind when she mentions she knows exactly who it was. It was the 3 great houses that are having him look into it. But Rika has the perfect excuse for why she was in the woods. She was playing fireman without a hose and wet herself.
Wait, what?
She was playing fireman without a hose and wet herself.
As in... what?
Beat her pants.
Oh, you...
Those are her words, not mine. And that's why I said she was playing fireman without a hose.
Oh.
Because, you know, if you turn on the fire hydrant without a hose...
Yes,
you
I know, you nasty.
Okay. Well,
Rika,
after the two are done talking, they part ways and we see that Satoko was listening in.
Maybe Rika
at home.
noticed that she was listening in and said that.
Yes. At home, Satoko breaks down, wanting to know what is going on with Rika. Rika lies to comfort her. Then the two hear a pair of footsteps. The next day, the two are running late to school, and someone is watching them from behind a tree.
Ooh.
The stalker is seen again by Satoko when she is in class, and once more when she and Rika are at the supermarket. And this reminded me of remember that anime we covered with the vampire girl and the robot girl?
Actually, I am.
Yeah, and the robot girl goes to the guy. I wouldn't be interested in him. He's the worst. And it's like, and the friends are like, you need to back off. And you got that one who's got his arms out to his side. He's like standing in one position and he's moving left and right, but his legs are completely still.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the stalker guy did. He just went like, just like zipped around, didn't even move.
Why is some of the text so big, by the way? I'm just...
I lost my glasses and I couldn't find them.
Just bringing the size back down.
Okay.
To something much more manageable.
Alright, so, okay, where was we? Okay.
Oh, what was that? Just heard
She tells Rika...
The mic just sort of crack.
Sorry. So Satoko tells Rika, like, about this stalker, but Rika says it's her imagination when they get home. Yeah. She tells her it's her imagination. Then when they get home, Rika looks like a depressing drunk. And it wouldn't surprise me if she's drinking alcohol because it's never stated how many times this has happened, right?
Technically, she would be but the amount of time she has done it, confirmed in the new version, she technically would be old enough to drink.
It's like with Groundhog Day, where there's this one scene where Bill Murray knows French, and someone did the math, and it says to speak French fluently, you'd have to study for 10 years.
Yeah.
So anyways, she is distraught and tired of watching her friends die and repeating the process. So technically there are slight variants every time it happens, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The next
Basically,
day,
we're confirming that there's time loops.
Yeah.
And Rika's like the center of it. Anyway, the next day, Satoko and her friends she tells her friends what is happening, and they're not sure whether or not to believe her. They agree to be on their guard, but Satoko overhears Mion and Rena talking about her. Rena thinks she might be neurotic. It's like, oh, thank you, my friends.
Yeah, and neurotic, a word that has been in use since the 1700s to describe mental, emotional, or physical reactions that are drastic and irrational. At its root, neurotic behavior is an automatic, unconscious effort to manage deep anxiety.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's by the way, I forgot to mention there's another anime like this, Amnesia.
I have
think it's
heard
called.
that, I think.
You want to take this part?
So yeah, back at the house, Satoko is upset no one believes her and vows to protect Rika. The next day, she starts home aloneing the house. Like, Rika knows what Satoko is doing, but doesn't bother to stop her, as nothing she does will change anything. On the way to school, Satoko excuses herself and runs off. Like, she's going to see Dr. Ire. It's like a whole thing, and apparently, from a policeman, she hears that Dr. Ire committed Sudoku, which obviously shocks Satoko. She tells the policeman that she thinks someone is stalking her and Rika, and he says he'll talk to an officer at the station and have someone come visit her, but never does. As after he drives off, he gets shot in the face.
Yeah, it's not, and I made a mistake. It's not a 360. It's a 180 no scope.
I'm pretty sure there was a bit of scoping in there.
Yeah, but it was no. A scope is when you look down the sights. I'm pretty sure it was a 180 no scope.
Well, it was point blank as well.
Yeah.
I don't think it really counts.
And you know that's not how silencers work.
No.
Silencers make noises. It really depends. So if you're up closeness to someone and you shoot with a silencer, and other people around you are going to hear it. But if you're away, for example, 50, maybe 100 feet away, and you're with a sniper rifle, it would be easier to hide the sound. It's loud around you, but the sound's contained to your area.
Yeah. But yeah, so Rika and Satoko are not getting the help that they need. And the episode ends at midnight with someone tripping the silent rope alarm that Satoko set up. Not that it's going to do much, isn't it?
Alright, now we're on episode 4. The Great Hinamizawa Disaster.
Hinamizawa.
Satoko wakes up Rika and warns her. Rika takes Satoko to a hiding spot and says the men are after her, and tells her to stay hidden. And so Rika waits for the men to arrive, and they kill her and take her body away. But just before they kill her, or it might have been after they kill her, before they take her body, Satoko makes a noise, and the guy's like, "Nani?" And the guy's like, "Oh, come over here." Oh, okay, yeah, sure,
Yeah,
never
but
mind.
it's like they're so focused on moving Rika's body that it's like, eh,
Yeah.
could
And
be
so
a
the men,
cat.
they take her body to some shrine and cut it up.
So it's the same shrine. It's like the main shrine, like at the
Yeah.
top of that giant staircase. Through their shrine.
Yeah. Okay. And so Satoko finds it and she like screams. She can't believe it. And the guys are getting in the van. They're like, "What was that? There's another one after her."
Yeah, they
And so
could like
Satoko, she has to
literally
stop.
if she had stayed quiet for like one more minute.
Yeah. And then the only guy who's like the smartest one there when they're chasing her, he's got a pair of Splinter Cell looking night goggles. That's a
Yeah.
smart guy. And so Satoko comes to a bridge, but and
Well,
she sees him.
it's a bridge over the water.
Yeah. And so she decides to hide underneath it. And it works, and I thought she was going to get caught because there's a time like she
She
slips,
like
and the guy's
slips
like,
and is holding on by her hands.
yeah, and
But
the guy's like,
somehow
what?
they still don't see her. They don't see
Yeah,
her
it's like,
just hanging out.
yeah, it's like, oh, nothing. And it reminds me of that cat meme. Just hang on.
Just hang in there.
Yeah. But she loses her grip and she falls into the water below, but she survives.
Yeah, she
She wakes up
survives. Like,
bloody and bruised but
surprising.
alive. Yeah. So she makes her way to the school, and
It's
she
like
sees
all
that the
the
military
dead
have
bodies.
rounded up all the kids and adults, and they're all dead. And one of them sees her, and they're like, "Oh my God, we got a survivor!"
No, she screams out.
Yeah, she screams, and one of them hears her, and they're like, "Oh shit, get the medics! Bring
Yeah,
the spiders, the scorpions, everything! Bring the batteries! We got one alive!"
and the next day we find out that 2,000, like around 2,000 people died.
Yeah.
It's like,
What if
Hmm?
theory? The nutrition shot she was taking was was meant to be something to protect her against the gases.
no, she was in the water. Falling in the
Yeah, I know.
waters helped her survive.
Yeah, I know. And plus, she was far away from town when it happened.
Yeah. But yeah, the shock of what happened has put her in a catatonic state. So, anything you want to talk to her about, you can. Yeah, just don't get a response from her.
Because I'm pretty sure, like the volcanic gases, I'm pretty sure it can melt your lungs.
Oh yeah. Well,
Because
yeah,
like
it would because it was like
because in Star Wars, that's why Anakin, when he gets burned on Mustafar, he wears the suit.
yeah.
Because it's not just the burns that affected his body. He was breathing in the ash on the
Uh,
planet, and that was burning his lungs, and that's why he needs a suit.
okay.
He can't live without it.
But yeah, speaking of trying to get people, getting Satoko to talk, where she tries, at one point even like picking her up and shaking her.
Answer me!
Answer me, Daniel! Answer me! It's like, that's a little child you're basically beating up there. Like, he shows Renner's hand and it's like, got blood stain on it. But it wasn't found in Hinamizawa at all.
Yeah.
It's like, it was like found on a mountainside. Oishi also mentions Rika, which causes Satoko's her eyebrow twitches.
It's like,
And, like,
she moved.
you saw that, right? And the nurse is just like, bodily twitch.
She has this look on her face like...
Yeah, it's just so sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the nurse is like, it's like, nothing happened. It's like that nurse is going to be living with the responsibility of having let, like, as we find out, she does wake up because like a few hours pass, where she learns that Riko and Satoko live together. Like, no, he doesn't really learn that. He remembers that detail.
Yeah, because he's talking with the partner, and he's like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah. So it wasn't really alone. He's like, "Oh wait, they live together." He's like, she saw Rika's death, and not the disaster though. And like, Rika's death is why she's catatonic. So yeah, they both rush off to the hospital, and during the drive, Satoko realizes what happens to Rena, and calls for the nurse. Of course, this nurse is not only bad at her job, she's terrible at her job. Someone like,
yeah, and he's like not even disguised. He's just wearing the outfit that what's it called? That the guys wearing outfit when they were chasing.
Yeah. No, but it's just the fact that she pressed the button to call the nurse, and it's like, if you see a button coming from a room of a catatonic person, it's either two things. Yeah, either one, someone's there trying to kill the person, or at least call you to the room. And two, or actually, no, three things. One, person's trying to kill person. Two, it's someone that the person like that knows Sadako and has seen him wake up, in a way. Or three, it's Sadako herself calling out for help. It's like, this nurse is the worst nurse in history.
No, I think she was in on it.
But yeah, as Oishi and his partner get to the hospital, they discover that Sadako died from acute heart failure, and which we know has to not be the fact, right?
Yeah.
Like, it can't be that easy of a death, right?
No, and he loses. He's like, effing damn it.
He's like upset that he didn't get the kill.
No, because he's like, who the hell killed Rika? Tell me.
And who the hell killed Satoko? But yeah, that's such a sad ending to that story section. Anyways, on that sad, miserable note, we're going to end this episode here. Links will be in the description to both of Bailey's channels and also both of my channels, so you guys check out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know next week comes out. Ding, 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 ding.
Dong, 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 ding, dong, 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 dong.
I'm the Mad Scientist.